talk to you a little bit about our Adobe building units or building blocks. And we want to talk about the main ingredient or what makes an Adobe building block unique or different, and what gives its desirable qualities is the clay. We like to say the clay is what makes the difference. Now, if you trace the word Adobe back in time, into ancient times, you would trace it back to south of the Mediterranean, and there the word was used in a connotation of sticky mud, which is, of course, a description of clay. And these people, some of these people migrated into Spain, where they took their building practices with them that were related to the Adobe buildings. And of course, Adobe buildings have been being built for literally thousands of years all over the world. They're not as popular in America today. But they migrated, they took these building techniques with them into Spain. And of course later Spain came as colonizers, and they went into North America, not so much America that we live in, but Mexico is a part of North America. And they took these building techniques with them into North America and Central America. This word Adobe, which meant clay. And of course clay is what makes the difference, what gives it the qualities that makes it different, unique, and special. Clay gives it these desirable qualities. And the qualities that we're talking about, number one would be the health benefit. Now, organic clay, natural clay in the ground, is one of the only elements in the ground that has a positive ionic charge to it. And the way when you mine this clay and bring it up into the earth, it interacts with the air much in the same way as an ionic unit that you buy that you put in houses to help. It charges the air and it purifies the air. Much in the same way that during a thunderstorm or a waterfall has the same ionic effect. And of course the natural clay has that. And it works, it interchanges the air in the inside of your house and has a tremendous health benefit to the inside of your house. Now, of course, the other element that is so desirable we want to talk about is the insulative properties. The other great quality the clay adds to these Adobe building blocks is the insulative properties, because a small clay particle, you would kind of describe it more as a rubber-type particle, which gives you great insulative properties. And not only against a temperature, it makes it very thermally sound and stable, and it takes a long time for heat or coolness to transfer. So this will lock the cold out, it will lock the heat out, but it will also lock it in if you're using some kind of a cooling device or heating device on the inside of the house. So it really saves on your saves on your power and your heating bills, and it's very soundproof. It gives you a cave effect. It gives you a feeling of security, almost like a security blanket. And of course, the walls are 12 inches thick, which adds to the strength and the durability and to that secure feeling. Makes it very durable. And the way we stabilize the blocks, it makes them permanent. We're going to go a little bit into the other ingredients in just a second of what's added into the block to make it where we can make a workable masonry unit out of it. And then the other appeal of the clay that you don't get with these other masonry products is that clay, natural organic clay, is appealing. It is attractive to the human senses, and it always has been. And to make my point, not very many women go to buy pottery and little vases and artwork. They don't seek concrete vases or concrete pottery. They seek the clay because it has a warmth. It has a warmth and an attractiveness that the concrete doesn't have. And of course, the other thing is the durability. The way we take the clay and the way we stabilize it and waterproof it with the addition of the lime and the cement makes it very durable and lasting. And we would also cite to you, there's clay tablets and cylinders that go all the way back to the Akkadian and Sumerian Empire that are tens of thousands of years old. They're in perfect condition and they're in museums all over the world. So again, the qualities the clay adds that we want to bring out that are different from a building block, a concrete building block, or a brick is the health benefit, the great insulative benefits, the appealing attractiveness to the human nature, and also it has great durability. We'll talk a little bit about the mixture, the actual part of the clay in the Adobe block is about 55% of the ones that we're making. We also add sand in because sand gives the clay a base, a frame, a skeleton to adhere to, and adds stability to the product. And then we add hydrated lime works with the clay to stabilize it, to make it permanent, to waterproof it, and the cement works with the sand. When you mix all these four ingredients together and put them under compression, our blocks are called CEBs, compressed earth blocks. It makes a very stable building unit, a durable, a lasting, a permanent building unit, but it retains the health benefits of the clay. Okay, we want to also talk some more now about the Adobe building block. We want to talk about the dimensions of the block and also compare it a little bit more to your standard concrete block, your brick construction, and your standard stick frame. Now the block, an important component of how we work with these blocks is the width. You can see here it's 12 inches wide. This block lays and is cemented together to make a 12-inch wide wall, which makes a very durable, strong wall that stands on its own. It is solid, which gives you great insulative properties, and you have the health properties, and it makes it very stable. Now, as far as comparing it to a concrete block, if you looked at the cost, probably the cost of a hollow concrete block wall is comparable to the Adobe. But if you had to compare a solid, even 8-inch solid concrete wall to the solid Adobe wall, the Adobe wall is much less expensive. And of course, the concrete wall does not have the additional health and insulative and all the other benefits that we've discussed with you about the clay. The concrete wall doesn't have. It's not organic. The concrete is synthetic. Now also with brick, and certainly brick has its place, and brick is made out of clay, but when it's baked, it becomes synthetic. It loses that organic, it loses the insulative properties and the health benefits, and it loses some of the attractiveness, I certainly think. But brick is a beautiful product. I'm not down in brick. But also with brick today is basically just a facade. It's just a face. It's not the wall does not stand on its own. A brick wall does not stand on its own. You have to have multiple layers of other constructions with a brick wall, such as the 2x4, the insulation, the sheetrock, the OSB or plywood, the house wrap, and then the brick. Also now we talked about the energy savings. We think an Adobe building would be our home or an addition would be a great place to utilize a solar or wind unit, because they are so easy to heat and cool. It won't take as much energy, and you can take yourself off the system totally, or to certainly partially off the grid, and have your own energy system. And to sum up the Adobe building block, we would probably go back and we would say fantastic health benefits, fantastic insulative benefits, a great appealing and attractiveness to the human senses. It's permanent. It's not expensive. It's a lower cost. It's easy to maintain, and it's durable and low insurance. And it's basically so.